So let's talk about 1848. 1848 is one of those years you need to remember. A whole bunch of stuff happens in 1848. Karl Marx published his Communist Manifesto. It's actually Friedrich Engels and Karl Marx, but everybody just says Karl Marx because it's simpler, because everybody knows Karl Marx. Anyway, also there's a bunch of revolutions that same year. So let's start here. France in 1848. There's another revolt, this time against the corrupt Bourgeois Monarchy of Louis Philippe. And they're like, look, you know what? We need a republic again. So they proclaim another liberal republic. Yay! They say, let's have an election. And this one dude is like, my last name's Napoleon. I'm like, what? Napoleon's last name wasn't Napoleon. What are you talking about? He's like, oh, wait, let me clarify. I'm a Bonaparte. I am Napoleon's nephew. So I'm going to put on the ballot here, Louis Napoleon, because I'm you know, related to that guy who made France great again. Remember that time we took over all of Europe? Just saying. They're like, whoa, you're saying you want to take over Europe? He's like, no, bro. I don't want socialism. But capitalism is also problematic. I want a third way that is going to get rid of all poverty in all of France without going to socialism. Everybody's like, tell me more, Napoleon. He's like, Louis, please, call me Louis Napoleon. They're like, all right. He's like, elect me president, and I'll make it happen here in France. So in 1848, December 1848, he gets elected president. We'll hear a lot more about him in the next chapters because he is going to be a pretty significant power player in the later 19th century. What about Austria? Well, there's a revolution in Austria that same year. Now you got to think of it like dominoes. Okay, there's all these groups that all want liberal change, and in the case of the Austrians, they also want nationalism. The Hungarians are not their own country, and inspired perhaps by the French, the Austrians go, or I'm sorry, not the Austrians, the Hungarians go, we should rise up. We should have our own country. And Austrian students, college students, are like, yeah, the heck I should. We support them. Metternich is like, I'm out. I saw what happened when France had a revolution back in the late 1700s. I'm outie. I don't want to lose my head. He leaves. The new leader is going to be a young man named Franz Joseph, who is going to grant a new constitution. And then once he's got this new constitution, he's a weasel. He's going to be all like, oh, hey guys, I got you this constitution. You're going to really like it. It's going to give you guys more rights and all that. And the Hungarians are like, oh, okay, cool, thank you. And he's like, oh, by the way, here's an army. Shh, go back to the way it was. What about over in Prussia? Well, there are some people in Prussia who also have nationalistic designs. They want all of Germany to be united. Mr. Oliver, Germany is united today. Yes, it is. Germany is united today. Is this when it happens? No. But a lot of middle-class liberals are like, look, we want to unify all of Germany, and King of Prussia, you're like, who's the King of Prussia? This dude right here. This handsome fella. Frederick William IV. Because I swear, they name everybody Frederick, William, or Frederick William. It's very frustrating. Anyway, so they're all like, oh, hey, Frederick William IV, we want you, the King of Prussia, to be king of all of Germany. And he's like, I want to be king of all of Germany, but at the same time, I don't want the power to come from you, because if you give me power, I'm accountable to you. So, don't like it. So he rejects their crown from the gutter. That's a quote by him, and it is brilliant. He says, these are middle-class liberals. This is not the gutter, but he is exaggerating for effect. He's like, look, I don't want this from you. Ultimately, his relatives in 1806, I don't remember when William I takes over. I want to say William I takes over in 1863, but I feel like that's wrong. I feel like that's when Bismarck takes over. I'll look it up later. I'll look it up for the next lecture because, frankly, it's not important right now. But William I will get all this done. So those were fast. So 3 big revolutions: France, Austria, Prussia. Big revolutions. It's also littler revolutions over in Italy and stuff like that. But none of them really get any changes. They're all liberal revolutions, but no long-lasting changes. I say it's cosmetic. That's what the word McKay uses in the textbook. In other words, it is a temporary. It's like when I put on cosmetics in the morning to put on my face. It's not going to last. But by the end of the 19th century, there's a lot more liberalism in Europe. And by halfway through the 20th century, France, Austria, and Prussia will all have experimented, I'm not saying it's going to last for all of them, spoilers, with democracy and other liberal ideas. So more on that in the next chapter. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.